Dear friends, today I want to talk about a topic that resonates with the pain in the heart of everyone who has gone through it: the approaching anniversary of losing a loved one. I know that many of you now feel a heaviness in your heart as you remember this date on the calendar. Some of you may be experiencing fear or anxiety, wondering how to get through this day. Others may feel waves of sadness washing over them more frequently as the date draws near. I want you to know that all your feelings are absolutely normal and natural. Whether it has been a year or several years, the anniversary of a loss can evoke a wide range of emotions. Some feel sharp pain, as if the loss happened just yesterday. Others feel guilt because the pain has somewhat dulled. And some may be surprised by the sudden flood of memories and emotions that seem to have subsided. Each of us goes through our unique path of grief. And on this path, there's no right or wrong way to feel. Sometimes, we experience a whole spectrum of conflicting emotions: deep sadness and bright gratitude for having had this person in our lives, acute loneliness and a desire to be alone with our memories, the need to talk about our loved one, and at the same time, a desire to protect those memories from prying eyes. Today, we will talk about how to prepare for this important and challenging day, how to live it consciously and with care for yourself. I will share practical advice and ideas that have helped many people find their way to honor the memory of their loved one and take care of their emotional well-being. Remember, you are not alone on this day. Thousands of people go through similar experiences, and although every story of loss is unique, we can support each other and share experiences that help us navigate this challenging period. Let us reflect together on how to make the anniversary day not only a day of mourning, but also an opportunity to feel connected to those we love and remember. To begin, it is important to understand why the anniversary of a loss causes such a strong emotional response in our soul and body. It is not just a date on the calendar. It is a day that touches the deepest strings of our memory. Our brain is astonishingly designed. It stores not only the memories themselves, but also all the feelings, smells, and sounds associated with significant events in our lives. When a memorable date approaches, our body seems to tune in to a particular wave of memories. We may notice that weeks before the anniversary, we begin to react more intensely to ordinary things. For example, a familiar melody may suddenly bring tears, or a favorite perfume scent may unexpectedly transport us to the past. This is called body memory, and it is as natural as the changing of seasons. Many people note that even the most common habits may change in the run-up to the anniversary. Some notice that they sleep worse or, on the contrary, feel the need to sleep more than usual. Others may experience changes in appetite or unexplained fatigue. All these are normal reactions of our nervous system, which remembers the stress experienced and tries to protect us. Interestingly, our memory acts as a kind of filter. It can suddenly highlight even the seemingly insignificant details of the past. You may find yourself recalling not only the last days with your loved one, but also some bright, joyful moments from the past. Or conversely, memory may temporarily blur, as if protecting us from emotions that are too intense. During this period, unfinished conversations, unspoken words, and undone deeds may surface. This is also a natural part of the process of coping with loss. Our brain tries to rebuild the interrupted connection, to make sense of what happened. This is why many people feel a particularly strong need to talk about their loved one, recall stories from the past, or, conversely, spend time in silence with their thoughts. Understanding how our memory works and why our body reacts so sensitively to the approaching memorable date helps us be more attentive to ourselves. This knowledge allows us to prepare in advance for possible emotional surges and treat them with greater acceptance and care. Now let us talk about how to prepare for this important day. It is better to start preparing in advance, about 2 to 3 weeks ahead. This will give you the opportunity to calmly think about how you want to spend this day and avoid impulsive decisions driven by emotions. It is very important to decide in advance whether you want to spend this day alone or in the company of close people. There is no universally right choice. Trust your feelings. If you decide to be with someone, talk to these people in advance and share your wishes with them. Perhaps you will want to spend only part of the day together and another part alone with your thoughts. Think about how to organize the space around you. Perhaps you will want to create a cozy corner with photographs, light a candle, or put together an album of memorable items. Some people find comfort in preparing the favorite dishes of the deceased or listening to music associated with them. It is important that these actions bring you comfort, not additional pain. Take care of your physical condition in advance. On such days, we often forget about simple things: eating, drinking water, resting. Create a simple daily plan that includes time for meals and small breaks. It may be worth preparing something in advance or asking loved ones to help with household matters. It is especially important to plan how you will spend the morning of this day. Many people note that the first hours after waking up can be the most difficult. Perhaps a morning walk, meditation, or simply a cup of tea in silence will help you. Remember, you can change your plans at any moment. Flexibility is very important on such days. If you are working, think ahead about whether you want to take a day off or, on the contrary, prefer to stay occupied with familiar tasks. There is no wrong decision. For some people, work helps structure the day and distract them, while others need time for solitude and reflection. If you decide to go to work, it might be worth informing your colleagues about the significance of this date for you, so they can be understanding and considerate. On this special day, there are many ways to honor the memory of a loved one, and everyone can find what resonates most with their feelings and memories. Some people create their own personal rituals that help them feel connected to the deceased and express their love and gratitude. One of the most natural ways can be visiting meaningful places. This could be not only the place of burial, but also a favorite park of your loved one, a cafe you often visited together, or a place where something significant happened for both of you. Some people bring flowers, while others simply spend time there, immersing themselves in memories or mentally talking to their loved one. Creative expression of feelings can be a wonderful way to spend this day. Some people write letters, poems, or simply record their memories in a diary. Others create photo albums, draw, or engage in crafts, creating something in memory of their loved one. For example, you could make a commemorative album, a photo collage, or put together a small display of favorite items. Many find comfort in doing something kind in memory of their loved one. This could be a charitable donation to a foundation related to the cause of the loved one's death, or helping those whom your loved one always sought to support during their lifetime. Some plant a tree, create a commemorative bench in a park, or establish a small scholarship in their name. Shared memories can also become an important part of this day. You can gather close friends and family to share stories about the person who has passed away, recalling what they were like, the moments that stood out, and the lessons they taught us. Such gatherings often help us see how diverse and multifaceted our loved one was and discover new stories about them. Some people find solace in continuing a project their loved one started or fulfilling their dream. It might be something quite small, like caring for their favorite flowers or visiting someone they always worried about, or something larger, like completing a project they began or achieving something they dreamed of but didn't have time to do. It's important to understand that on the anniversary of a loss, a wide range of emotions may arise, and it's essential to be prepared for this. Difficult emotions are a natural part of grief, and we have different ways to cope with them without letting them overwhelm us completely. If you feel that your emotions are becoming too intense, remember simple grounding techniques. You can focus on your breathing. Just observe the air as it comes in and out. Or pay attention to what is around you right now. Name 5 objects you can see, 4 sounds you can hear, and 3 things you can touch. This helps bring you back to the present moment when memories become too painful. Physical activity helps many people. Even a simple walk can provide relief. Movement helps our bodies cope with tension and anxiety. If you feel the need to release your emotions, don't hold back. You can cry, scream into a pillow, or express your feelings through active movement. Sometimes on such days, unexpected triggers, scents, sounds, or overheard phrases can catch us off guard. It's helpful to have something comforting nearby, a favorite blanket, a photo of a happy moment, or a keepsake that brings solace. Some people carry a small item associated with their loved one. This helps them feel connected and provides strength. If you notice that heavy feelings linger for an extended period, or you have thoughts that are difficult to manage on your own, don't hesitate to seek help. This could be talking with a close friend, consulting a therapist, or joining a support group for those who have experienced loss. Remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. On such days, it is especially important to be kinder to yourself. except that you may feel more vulnerable and irritable. You might need more time for everyday tasks or prefer to spend time in silence. This is normal. Give yourself permission to feel what you feel without judgment or the urge to pull yourself together. The topic of experiencing the anniversary of a loss in families with children and teenagers deserves special attention. Children perceive and cope with loss very differently from adults, and their reactions can vary greatly depending on their age and personality. Young children often don't understand the permanence of loss and may ask the same questions repeatedly. On the anniversary, they may be more restless, irritable, or unusually quiet. It's important to talk to them in simple, understandable language and be ready to answer their questions as many times as necessary. Teenagers may experience particularly complex emotions on this day. They already understand the irreversibility of loss, but often don't know how to express their emotions. Some may appear indifferent or try to hide their feelings, while others may show anger or irritability. It's important to give them space to express their feelings and show them you are ready to listen when they want to talk. Creating a family tradition of remembrance can be a good idea. This might include cooking the loved one's favorite dish together, watching family photos or videos, or creating a memory box where each family member can keep special items that remind them of their loved one. It's important that everyone, even the youngest family member, can participate in their own way. Children and teenagers often benefit from activities involving creativity or movement. You can suggest drawing a picture, writing a letter or poem, making a photo collage, or creating a memory album. Some children find it easier to express their feelings through play or physical activity, such as a walk, dance, or sports. It's essential to create an atmosphere where all feelings are accepted and acknowledged as normal. A child should know that it's okay to feel sad or to laugh while recalling funny stories about the loved one. Some children may feel guilty for being happy on this day. It's important to explain that joyful memories are also a way to honor the memory of a loved one. On the anniversary of a loss, it's especially important to establish healthy boundaries in communication with others. Everyone experiences this day differently, and what feels right for one person might be completely unacceptable for another. That's why it's so important to learn to openly express your needs. If you feel the need to be alone, tell your loved ones. You can do this gently but clearly. Today, I need to be alone with my thoughts and memories. I deeply appreciate your support and will let you know when I'm ready to connect. Many people fear offending their loved ones by refusing their company, but honesty in such situations is a sign of respect for yourself and others. The opposite situation may also occur when people avoid discussing the deceased, thinking they are protecting you from painful memories. If you, on the contrary, want to talk about your loved one and share memories, express this. You can simply say, "I'd like to share some stories about him or her. It helps me feel connected and keep the memory alive." Some people on this day might give unsolicited advice or say things like, "It's time to move on," or "Time heals all wounds." It's important to remember that you don't have to meet anyone else's expectations of how to properly grieve. You can calmly say, "I know you mean well, but right now I just need to be with my feelings." If you are at work or in another public place, you can inform a few trusted people in advance about the significance of this date. This will help them be more understanding and, if necessary, explain your state to others. Don't hesitate to take short breaks if you feel the need to be alone or to process your emotions. Remember that you can change your decision throughout the day. In the morning, you might feel like being alone, but by evening, you may want the company of loved ones, or vice versa. It is important to listen to yourself and honestly express your wishes and boundaries. People who truly care about you will understand and support your choice. In conclusion, I want to speak about the most important thing, the path to healing that each of us must walk. The anniversary of a loss is not just a date of mourning. It is an opportunity to reflect on how our connection with the departed evolves, how our pain transforms, and how we learn to move forward while keeping the memory of our loved one in our hearts. Each year, this day can feel different. On the first anniversary, the pain might be especially sharp, as if everything happened just yesterday. But gradually, something else begins to blend with the sadness. Bright memories, gratitude for the moments shared, and the realization of how much that person gave us and taught us. Some people notice that, over time, the anniversary becomes not only a day of mourning, but also a day of special connection with the departed. it becomes possible not only to grieve the loss, but also to celebrate the love that was and still is in our lives. After all, love does not die. It simply takes on a new form and becomes a part of who we are. It is important to remember that there is no set timeline for getting over a loss. Everyone has their own pace, their own path, and their own way of preserving the memory of a loved one. Some may feel a sense of relief after just a year, while others may need many years to learn how to live with the loss. And that is okay. Our feelings are not governed by a calendar. Healing does not mean forgetting. Healing is when we learn to live a full life while carrying the memory of our loved one within us. It is when memories of them bring not only pain, but also a smile. It is when we can share their stories with others, pass on their wisdom, and continue their good deeds. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. There are people around you who are ready to listen and support you: family, friends, specialists, and support groups. In difficult moments, do not hesitate to seek help. Your feelings matter, your memories are precious, and your path to healing is unique. Take care of yourself and allow yourself to experience this day in the way that feels right for you. Finally, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending this time with me. I know that the topic of our conversation was not an easy one, but it is very important. I hope this information will help you or your loved ones during a difficult moment. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel. This will help other people who are also seeking support and information in similar situations find this video. Like the video and share it with those who might benefit from it. Remember, you're not alone, and there are always people ready to support you. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. See you next time.